thank you very much for coming early to this 18 hour. It's been a while since we last conduct our 18 hour and we really miss this activity a lot because this is a venue for every one of us to share our knowledge and to learn from each other on our current implementation. So good afternoon, this is Aliyah Evangelista of the Asia eHealth Information Network Secretariat hosting this 18 hour. For those who are new here in our meeting room, 18 Hour is Asia eHealth Information Network's bi-monthly webinar during second Wednesdays and fourth Fridays of the month, 3 p.m. Philippine time. This webinar is hosted at the National Telehealth Center, University of the Philippines, Manila, with support from the World Health Organization Western Pacific Regional Office and partners. This 18 hour is a time where we feature topics on e-health, health information systems, and civil registration and vital statistics. It is attended by 21 countries from South and Southeast Asia. Our topic today is getting started with HingX with Anne Green, the Executive Coordinator of HingX. Just a short introduction, aside from being coordinator for HingX, Anne is a Vice President for Operations of IPG Health, an organization responsible for providing innovative and cost-effective healthcare supply chain transformation solutions. So HingX is basically a platform where we do not just share resources, tools, experiences, and documents in a platform, but it also allows content improvement and generation. Later on, our speaker for this afternoon will be elaborating more on how we could maximize this knowledge sharing platform for our own use as decision makers, research assistants, and most especially leaders in our e-health in our country. So thank you for coming to this 18 hour for our participants from Hong Kong, Philippines. Now we have from Indonesia, Annie, Cambodia, India, Thailand, and hopefully Dr. Fazila from Malaysia. Please welcome our speaker all the way from Los Angeles in 12 a.m. in the morning, Anne Green. Go ahead, Anne Green. We will be giving you the ball to be presenter of the session.
Hello, hello, everybody. My name is Anne, and I appreciate an opportunity to meet with all of you today virtually and talk about Hinges. Present you with a brief introduction to Hinges, answer any of your questions, and hopefully start a dialogue of how we can collaborate further going forward. Please stop me anytime, ask your questions anytime you feel that you have something to discuss. You can send me messages through WebEx, you can raise your hand or simply type a message, and I would be more than happy to have this as casual and friendly dialogue as possible. So let me start with a brief presentation that I prepared for today, a couple of slides just to set the ground for our dialogue. I would like you to, some of you maybe had some experience with Hinges before, and some of you never heard of it. So my goal is to give a short introductory description of Hinges and then give you a live presentation and show you how product works. So, what is HingX? HingX, the name stands for Health Ingenuity Exchange. Hinge has been around for about a year and a half now, and it's becoming sort of a primary solution for people around the world to share and exchange information in the area of health information technology. HingX is like, it's not a website, it's like a portal. You can think of HingX, it's something that brings together similar sites like Wikipedia or LinkedIn. It's a simple place where you can come and find all the information you need in the area of health IT and also find people, find communities, find jobs, find reusable components. It's a single point where you can get to the documents, get solutions, and get people all together and improve the way you implement e-health processes faster and more effective. It's the collaboration forum, it's the portal. So essentially, it's that single point that brings the world of e-health together. And it's been used by many communities and users around the world. And if you look at this little diagram here on the slide, HingX is the place to share and place to find. Many of our users and our community members, they just come to HingX to find information, find experts, and find opportunities. And also the people who come to HingX to share information and share their experience. So it's that marketplace where people come to take information, people come to post information. And it's open for everybody, and it's completely free of charge. We don't charge any membership, no fees, nothing whatsoever. You can come and find information for free. You can share information for free. It's a very, very simple system to use. And by the way, I would be happy to answer any of your questions anytime, and we'll talk more about that. So why is it important to use Hinges? Because first of all, it's going to get you what you're doing faster. So all of you have certain things you need to accomplish in the area of e-health and automation of e-health and implementing certain solutions. Either it's e-health national strategy, or it's electronic health records, or frontline health workers processes. You have various goals that you and your team and your organization need to accomplish. Whatever those goals are, if they are somehow related to e-health, you can achieve those goals more faster and easier with Hinges. So that's why it's important, because Hinges is that marketplace to exchange information. If when you go to big marketplace, you can find your spices, you can find your fish, you can get everything in one place. This is Hinges. That's your marketplace. You come here, you find everything you need, and you get on to work on your goals faster and more efficient. So, how to do a simple search in Hinges? I get this question a lot. Nobody needs to have a login to do a search. You just come to any web browser, type in hinges.org, and start searching for information. You don't need to be a member. You don't need to provide any personal information. All the search data in Hinges is available without registration. So no login is required to search for information. You can type any keywords, look at the search results, and the search results could be sorted in various orders, and you can use additional filters to preview search results in a better format for you. For example, you can use additional filters such as geography. And I will show you the live system in a minute. How to register a resource. So what is a resource? Let me speak a little bit about that. Resource, in the terms of Hinges, is that piece of information. It's that document that you would like to make available for your community. It's that use case, lessons learned, toolkit, national strategy, implementation guidelines, software components, the library, anything of a digital file that can be reused by your community, that can be shared and can help somebody somewhere to do their work better and faster, is considered a resource. So resource is a file. It's a digital file. Registering a resource, it's like creating a library card for your file. So you have an actual file that is a book, and it's stored somewhere on the shelf in the library. And then there is a library card that describes that book. It tells you who wrote this book, when this book was published, what's the book's title. So registration on Hinges, it's just like filling out the library card for your file. There are many different ways and many easy ways to register a resource in Hinges. You can describe it directly in Hinges. There is an option to register resource there. It's a very simple form that you can fill out, providing that library-like information of title, location, or there are other ways to register resources at Hinges. You can use convenient plugins, such as Outlook plugin or browser plugin, a very simple one-click registration. You found an interesting website, you think it will be useful, you click on the browser plugin button in your Firefox or Google Chrome, and that website will be automatically registered in Hinges. You have a file that everybody keeps asking you about. That people say, please send me this file, please send me this file. And you keep sending this file as email attachment over and over to your community, to your colleagues, to secretariat. Instead of doing this over and over, you can send this file to Hinges once. It will register this file, and then all you'll need to do is point your community to the link in Hinges, and that file will be there always for them to access. So analogy with library goes for when you register your resource, your file, you have a choice of where the actual file will be stored, that book that we are talking about. You can put this file into HingX repository, and we have a secure servers here in the States, and you can have that file stored on our server. It will be version controlled and protected. That's one option. Also, you have an option of keeping that file on your server. For example, it could be a Dropbox location anywhere you would like to be, and you control all the security settings to that file. Or alternatively, as I mentioned, it could be any third-party website. You found information that is important and interesting to your community, you register that website, you simply point to the link, and that would be enough for HingX to use this information. And one very important point for all of us to note is that all information that is registered in HingX, including the content of those files, of those resources, will be indexed and cross-referenced so it appears in all search engines. I would like to spend a couple of minutes specifically on this point to explain how it actually works. For example, you have a PDF file that describes your e-health strategy implementation guidelines. That PDF file is long and extensive and maybe 50 pages long. You keep this file in a secured server, the Ministry of Health server. When you register these files in HingX, all you need to do is to provide a couple of words saying the title of the document is such and such, location point, link to that server where it resides, and it should be open location for external server to have access to. And that's it, and you save the registry. HingX will automatically follow that link, access this file, and register every single word inside that file, index every single word. That means that when tomorrow, after tomorrow, somebody goes to Google and enters search keywords from that file, it will be accessible through external search engines and pointing to HingX in the result. from the content of this file. So, and HingX will do it on a regular basis, nightly. It will, and if the file changes because you have a new version of this document, HingX will re-index it and make the new content and new indexing available. So you don't have to worry about describing it in the greater details, remembering all the tags, making sure you can find it. HingX will take care of it all. So a couple of words on capacity development network. Last week, HingX team was very excited to announce a new release of the platform that now includes a capacity development network. So what we came up with is based on our community feedback. So people were coming to us, coming to HingX, and asking great questions. They say, we can find all this information, we can find documents, it's very helpful. But now help us find the right people that will be able to take those documents and work with them. So if we have initiative to implement, for example, immunization protocols in rural areas, we need to find people who created those protocols, who know how to work on them and can help us with our project. So that's where the idea of the capacity development network came from your community, from users like you, from our members and friends, that they said that they had a real need for that. And now HingX provides the platform for people to find information and find people, so find experts. And HingX will match the need to an expert's skill. So, for example, if you start a project or initiative and you describe that project and initiative a certain way, you have a need for expertise in a particular area, particular technology. HingX will browse through the community of registered members and suggest automatically what members would be best suited to implement the technology required for your initiative. And also for experts, it's a good opportunity to promote their skills and promote their ability and get work, get hired, and grow professionally. So it's helping both sides of the world, the program managers, project managers, and local experts, bringing them together in HingX. So, and finally, to finish the presentation portion of today's demo, I would like to let you know that the best way to contact us is through HingX. You don't need to be registered. You just come to hingx.org. Every page has that little email us box. You can fill it out with any question, or we will respond back to you as quickly as we can. And if you have ideas of how you would like to faster and more efficiently implement HingX in your community, in your organization, we can also help with our services of content registration and user management. And if you have any ideas on that, or you would be interested, we have a services team that can help. Please reach out to us and let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. So that concludes my presentation. And let me go back to WebEx and see if I have any questions.
Hello. Hi, Anne. Thank you very much for that very wonderful session. Very short, very quick, but very clear on what HingX is all about. One of our members inside the meeting room, Dr. Sambas from Cambodia, is asking on how many language. For a while, I'm going to read his question. He's asking on how many language does HingX have, and if it's able to add a local language.
Good question. HingX look in English, but the content could be in any language. You can add files and register files in any language you want. Um, Technology that is HingX is built on is not tied to any language, and we will index the file in any language that you have. So, but the site itself, the menu bars, the buttons, the links is available in English only right now, and we're discussing what should be the next language for the site itself. But the content, the library card and books could be in any language.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope that that answers your question, Dr. Samba. So if you have other questions or follow-up questions, you can type it in our chat box located in the right panel of your screen. So one question I have, and before others throw their own questions, is that how can you help us in assigning categories for the resources that we register? Because for my end, I was able to register some documents and files in HingX, but I am always asked on different categories that I should fill out to be able to register the resource.
Mm-hmm. Let me show you how to add the resource and add additional categories. So you're looking at the new redesigned form for resource registration. And hopefully you like it better because we put some effort into new UI. So this is your description, a summary. Here is the link to the document. Now, in addition to just one document, you can put multiple documents. You can have one library card for several books. You can have all the metadata, all the categories here on the right. And if you have additional one, like you would like to add a language, you type in here. You see?
There you go. I see that this is true.
See, add new field. So if you have, you can start typing, maybe you have a already existing field, like an author, and you can select from the list. Or if you don't have a field, you can create your own field. And this is how to create a new field.
Very nice.
So you can have any field you want. The ontology of the beauty of HingX that you can create your own set of fields and your own set of values. Essentially, create a completely new system if you choose. So just to give you a quick example, very recently we have adopted HingX platform for Ukrainian government to manage their grants of foreign help, like from World Bank. And we did completely new fields. It has nothing to do with e-health. It's just government grant, and it was very easily adaptable and changeable to what they need to their ontology.
Okay, thank you very much. We have another question from Annie Rahmani from Indonesia. She's asking of how many, does everyone has a limited capacity to put resources in YouTube? I think she's asking on the capacity of the resources which we could register in HingX.
No, there is no limit of how many resources. It's not limited. All you need to do is to be registered, because to share information, you need to have a registration. Once you registered, it's free, no membership fee, nothing, and there's no limit of how many resources you can register.
There, okay, so that's very clear that we can register more and more resources in HingX which other members of our community at the Asia Health Information Network could also view. Yeah, how about as regards to the capacity development network that you have mentioned a while ago? Can you elaborate the usefulness of this to our listeners right now?
Absolutely. So, capacity development network is more like a dating site now. So, where it brings together people who are looking for experts and those professionals that can complete the project. So, for example, you probably heard about Open HAE initiative, and this is how it's described in the HingX right now. This is the document. You can see what related initiatives they have, and then when you scroll down, you can see the project team. This is the current. This is who works on Open HAE. You have Paul. You have Jamie, and this is who come together to work on this project. They could be from many different organizations, but the virtual team, it creates that cloud for projects to collaborate and bring those documents together, deliverables in an easy form. So it gives you that portal for your initiative to keep everything together. People, documents, projects. For example, also I wanted to show you relationship to other projects. For example, this Open HAE project is it's a big initiative that is related to different projects around the world, such as provider registry and facility registry. And this is how the relationship between project looks like. Can you see the chart?
Yes, we can see the chart. Where did you click that link?
Let me show it to you again. It's related projects. Show an interactive graph of project relationships. So that's where it is. And you can see that Open HAE project is related to provider registry, is related to shared health records, and shared health records. You can look at the details of this project as well. So it's very easy way to keep your initiatives and projects together in one place. And also you have a team, and this is the automatic suggested participants. This is that capacity development matching methodology that offers best skills and talent for a particular project. And if you are a project manager and you would like to invite participants, this is how it will look like. And you have star rating. Let me show you a little bit of a, you can have a different stars here. For example, if this person completed a project for you before, you can rate this person's job on past projects and give them stars depending on their performance.
Very nice. I see some of the members in this team are familiar with those who are also connected to the Asia EL Information Network. Thank you so much on that. Another question I would like to pitch in Rajiv Joshi to ask on a particular question he just posted in our chat box. So I was going to unmute you. I hope you're ready. Rajiv from India. Hi, Rajiv.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah.
There you
I
can.
would like to ask you that since it is a e-health related application, does it support interoperability or does it use medical subject heading for classification of the document?
If we support classification of the documents, and
Yeah. Does it use medical subject heading for classification of the document?
yeah, as I said, HingX platform supports any classification that you choose. The platform itself gives you, a user, full control of how you would like to describe your resources.
Okay.
So if you would like to use a certain classification, you can go ahead and use it. You can use as many fields and many values as you want, or as little as you want. There is no restriction in HingX what classification or what standard you can use. It's entirely up to you as a user. And actually, I have another question here to me privately from the Thai team about ontology, and that goes along with your question, Rajiv. So I'm showing
Okay.
you the ontology right now on my screen, and everything that you see, all the data in ontology was created by our users. We do not pre-populate anything. HingX is 100% data-driven, dynamic data model. Anyone, anywhere in the world can come to HingX for free and create their own ontology, own classification, own fields, and own values. No limit, no restriction.
Okay. Thank you.
So I'm showing you, for example, like relevant standard field, and I can look at the properties, how it was created. I can also look more of who created it and when, and this is the whole history of this field. It goes back to March 2012. So I can see anything from anywhere, and I have a full history of all the fields. And you can create your own values. You can add values to existing fields, or you can create your own field. So entirely up to you. Did I answer your question?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so and another maybe another question: what would be the most useful benefit of using HingeX rather than using other health IT search engines?
Because HingX is not just a search engine. It gives you, if you're coming here to find information, you can find information and people. If you're coming here to share information, you have full flexibility of a free server, a free setup to share information. But the most useful benefit for people who just want to find is because they find information and they find people who are behind this information. For example, exactly. So HingX is not just as information, it's a community. So if I want to find something on the e-health strategy, for example, I can find who created this document, when it was created, and I can send somebody a message. So, for example, Scotland, I'm just pulling this document. I can see who created it. It was created by Carl Brown. I can send Carl Brown the message. I can ask him a question. I can start a dialogue. So HingX is the social networking per se that gives you both information and people. That's the main difference of HingX versus other engines. At the same time, if you think that you have a site that has a lot of good information, please let me know. We're always looking for good sites where we can point our members to. We can easily register or re-register their information in HingX and grow our library, grow our information base. So if you find something somewhere that you did not find in HingX, please let us know. We would be happy to to work with you or just register that information in Hinges. Did I answer your question? Hello, Aliyah?
Hi, sorry, I've been talking for a while and I was muted. Thank you very much for answering my question. I really find out that HingX is not just about a repository of knowledge, but a community wherein people could interact with each other, learn more from their knowledge, and be able to use this to current implementations, most especially that AHIN is a community of both government and non-government individuals who are important and focal points in their e-health in their country. So there's another question here from Dr. Zakir, Bangladesh, who's working as a manager of public health informatics. Hello, Sir Zakir, do you have any questions for Anne? And if you have other questions, I would like you to have a chat in our chat box, and I will automatically open your microphone and maximize this time that we have Anne Green, one of those who are developing HingX, and maybe give her more of your evaluations and maybe your comments to HingX so that it would tailor fit more to the needs of our community. Okay, so Dr. Jafir is sharing more on his telemedicine experience. Thank you so much for coming to our meeting room. Any other questions that you would like to share? Maybe Dante from the Philippines? I saw your mic open. So anyway, okay, if you have other questions, how can we reach you, Anne?
Sure. So a couple of things I wanted to show you. So first of all, I mentioned that we have a new site that is updated and new information, and you can find a lot of good information here, a lot of help on about pages. You can learn more about Hinges. You can explore different features. And as I said, every page has that little email us box. Also, I was showing you that I did some search on IAHIN. If you already registered in Hinges, you can communicate with the community and you can send each other private messaging. Like you do with LinkedIn or Facebook, you can send messages in Hinges also. So I can send message to Aliyah, you guys can send message to me. So if you are in HingX as a member, please feel free to send me messages with your questions. I would be more than happy to answer them. And finally, you have my email address posted, and you can reach me through a regular email. But this is going to be just as fast as sending me message in HingX or filling out a little form down here. Email us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Anne. Maybe a few more questions. Maybe last three questions from our community. Chen Li Chen Li, our participant from China, would like to ask and elaborate on HingX registration for our research. Chen Li, do you have a microphone with you? So go ahead and ask Anne on your question. Hi, Chen. I think Chen doesn't have a microphone, but her question is, as posted in our chat box, is okay, Chen. The question of Chen is, would you mind to share an example how to register a research program at HingX? Later on, maybe Chen, now on board and now unmuted, to be able to elaborate more. So there, I'm going to show Chen how to register a research program.
Um, I am showing you some samples that I was able to find in Hinges. Essentially, it's just as registering any other resource. As I said, the main differentiator of Hinges from other sites is that you have a flexibility and you have a control of the fields that you would like to use. If you have a specific set of values describing your research program, all you need to do is come here, set add a resource. Uh, in the type research program. It will create this type. You can have a name here. You can have full description with a different format. And here you can post a link to your site if you would like to keep it there, or you can add files and start browsing from your screen, from your server, and put those files into Hinges control. There's no limit, as I said, how many files you can put into Hinges and how many files you can register. So you can go and add all the fields that you think is appropriate. You can, if you would like to add new fields for your research, for example, the audience is a researcher. What else do you have related to research? Let's see what Hinges suggests. Nothing else, but you can add new fields. You can create your custom field. Would you like it to be a list field with multiple values, or you would like it to be a text field, like a wiki page? So you can have the choice. Would you like it to be just visible to yourself, or would you like it to be visible to all community of Hinges? You have a flexibility and a security as well. So there's no, sky is the limit. You can do anything. If you would like, I would be more than happy to have one-on-one session with any one of you here on the call, giving you examples and helping you register your content. I can walk you through that process. We can take your file and go through the process to register. But it's very easy to do. You just go through this form and you fill out as much as you want and you save it. But don't be afraid to go back and change it. You are not going to break the system if you save something wrong first time. You can you can create a simple registration first and then go back and extend it and add more information to it later. You can also use a community forum if you would like to share the discussions in your community about particular registration. So, as I said, Hinges provides a social networking component to exchange information and to collaborate. But basically, you can do anything you want with Hinges, and don't be afraid, you are not going to break it.
Okay, thank you on that. Maybe last question from me because I'm really interested in how I could advocate the use of HingX to our community because most of the time we are really abusing, not really abusing, but we're maximizing our listserv for sharing resources that are very useful to our community. But it is not archived or as you have mentioned, your term is indexed correctly to a reusable atmosphere like what we have in HingX now. So my question is that what if I am going to post what if I'm going to post a set of documents in one particular activity? Say for example for the recent conference here in the Philippines for the Asian General Meeting. I know we had presentations from different countries. Can I post that as a project and then just add the documents? Would that be correct?
Yes,
Or
why not?
how can I register a resource under maybe one folder for all the files?
Okay, so let me give you a couple of scenarios. First of all, you can register one resource and put multiple files into one resource. That is new functionality in Hinges that we did not have before. So it does not have to be one resource, one file. It can be one resource, 10 files if you wish. And you can share the link to that resource through email and have everybody access it. Okay? So that's one way. Another way, if you would like to have a team together, collaborate around those documents, then you can create it as a project. You can easily add a project in Hinges and put all the files that you want into this project. They could be registered files or not registered files, existing resources, new resources. You can put it all together. It's like umbrella for all those files. And then you can add people and have those people in your community come to the project and post their messages on forums and see more like active collaboration around this particular initiative. And finally, as a third option, you can create multiple resources and then you can find and you can group them all as a folder. You mentioned folder functionality that's also available. So you can find all those resources in Hinges, save them, and have them in one place as a folder. For example, I have created a search called mobile software, and I created a folder, and I can share this folder. And this whole list of 28 resources, I can share this link through email and send everybody this link, and they can have access to this folder. As I mentioned before, the best way to start using Hinges and encourage communities to use Hinges is as simple as stop sending email attachments. If you are sending a document in the email as an attachment, you are wasting your time. Put this document in Hinges and send a link to this document, and that means that it's never going to be lost, and people can come to Hinges on that link and find that document. So anytime you are attaching something to email, think about Hinges.
Oh, okay, very well said. So what we just have to do is to go to projects and then we can list there. Again, it's we go to capacity development network and we go to add a project, and then you can see in the interface of the HingX that you can add a resource there, and then add chat report.
Correct. You can add files and you can add existing resources. So if you have files that are not registered, you click here, you can find files and attach them to a project. If you have files that are already registered, you can create a relationship between the project and a registered resource. And same flexibility with description. You can have all the fields you want. You can have new fields. It works very similar to resources, but it's just that like an umbrella that brings together the set of resources and people. Also, projects are very useful to teams and organizations that may not have all the resources yet and not have all the documents, but they're just starting to develop something. In the past, like before this release, HingX was a good tool to share information that was done, that was completed, that you have developed something and you wanted to share. Now you can use HingX to build this information, to create those documents. It's earlier in your process. If it's not final, if it's not done yet, you can bring your team together in HingX to start working on those documents in HingX and then share them when they're ready.
I think the most important thing that we got there was then again a reiteration of our key message in the first slide that it would be best to really post a link rather than emailing attachments. One benefit with that is that your email will not increase in decrease its capacity because emails are limited, right? Okay, thank you very much, Anne, for your session. As also, I would like to address Dr. Rajiv's question that all that resources that are shared in HingX are indexed and can be searched from different, almost all search engines. Okay, thank you very much for coming. Thank you very much, Anne, for this 18-hour session. Maybe we could have a short screenshot of all the participants we have online. One of the things that we do for 18 hour is to show our participants, the network on how many people have attended our session. So I would just like to ask everyone to open their webcam if you have one and see for ourselves the number of participants who attended our session. Okay, can you open that your webcam so that we will have a short screenshot, very quick screenshot of all who attended our 18-hour. And do you have a video with you? So there are many participants from Thailand and from Cambodia. Thank you so much, Dr. Bunsai, our co-chair organizing their team there, and for our friends in Cambodia. Thank you so much for being with us. I would just like to have that screenshot. 1, 2, 3, smile. Another one so I could take other photos of those from China, Hong Kong, Philippines. 1, 2, 3. And we also have one from Japan. Thank you very much for coming. So that's it. Thank you very much for opening your webcams. I think Anne doesn't have a webcam right now. So we see each other next 18-hour on November 2013. Please check your emails as I will be emailing some resources to you on HingX. Oops, we have another question from Jakir. But I think it's already addressed by Anne. So thank you very much, Anne. Any final words before we close the session? Just a quick encouragement to everyone to register a resource and participate in HingX.
I would encourage everyone to come to HingX and start exploring it. Find information, create your profile. You can now register using LinkedIn. You don't have to spend a lot of time filling out personal information. Log into HingX using your LinkedIn profile. It's very easy. Send me messages. I'm here to help, and I really look forward to hearing from you and working with you.
Thanks all. See you next time to our 18-hour.
Yes. So quickly answer Jackie's question. Yes, you can. Thank you, everybody. You have a good day.
Bye-bye, and good morning to you there. Thank you so much for really waking up early for this. Bye-bye. Okay.